Hey, Jerry here from iROCK Music School. Welcome back to another 1, 2, 3, 4 iROCK method video. Today we'll be taking a look at The Man by the Killers on the ukulele. Okay, 4 levels on the ukulele for The Man by the Killers. Let's start with the verse. There's a G and an E minor in the verse. I'll play it to you. It goes like this. Alright, so the way we play that, for the G note, we take the 3rd finger and put it in the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. That's going to be our G. And then the E minor, or the E, is just going to be the 2nd string as an open string. You get this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now moving into the chorus for the song, goes like this. Long notes. And I should point out at this stage that the rhythms for the verse and the chorus are the same for every single level in this song. There are no differences there at all, just different chords. The chords get harder as the levels get higher. So here we go, starting with A minor. I'll play it to you first. There we go. So the way I go about playing this one is we have an A, which is the open string at the very bottom. That's an A minor actually. And then the next note in this sequence is a C, and that's the 3rd finger on the 1st string down the bottom. We already know the next note. It's actually the E minor repeated, which we learnt for the verse, which is the 2nd string open. And then the last note in the chorus is a B note, and that is played with the 2nd finger, 2nd fret. I'll play it to you again. So we get A minor, C, E, and B. Moving on to the 2nd level, I'll play you the verse, G to E minor, goes like this. Alright, so to play the G for this one, we're going to take start with the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret 2nd string like we did before. Now add your 2nd finger and put it on the bottom string in the 2nd fret. Just play those bottom 2 strings. There's your G. And then your E minor is really easy to get to because you just take off your 3rd finger. Play the bottom 2 strings, so you'll have the 2nd finger, 2nd fret bottom string, and the open 2nd. Play the bottom 2. That's your E minor. Moving into the chorus now, I'll play it for you first. I always have trouble remembering this one. Okay, so the way this goes is it starts off with an A minor, which is 2 open strings, string 1, string 2, nice and open. Then it moves to a C, so you take your 3rd finger and put it on the 3rd fret on the bottom string with the open string above it. Play those bottom 2 strings. We already know the next chord, which is the E minor. And then the last chord is the B minor, which is played with your 1st finger flattened over both of these notes. So the 2nd fret on the 1st and the 2nd string at the same time. Sounds like this when you play it. A minor, C, E minor, B minor. Welcome to the 3rd level. The 3rd level for the verse goes like this. Alright, so what I'm doing there is I'm playing a G chord. I'm only playing the bottom 3 strings for both of these chords. The way you play the G is by putting your 1st finger in the 2nd fret 3rd string. The 2nd finger goes on the bottom string in the 2nd fret, and the 3rd finger goes in the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. You just play those bottom 3 strings. Now the next chord is the E minor, and I just want to show you a little trick here. The reason I wouldn't normally play it like this, but because this chord is coming after the G, it makes sense to do it this way. It's a good way to build the strength of your little finger too. So I'm playing this chord. I'm just going to move my fingers around so you can see it a little differently. This is the way most books will tell you to play E minor. But that's a very hard change to get to. That's a lot of movement. So to save that extra movement, I'm going to get you using just your little finger here, and those 3 notes are all going to be there still, just played with different fingers. Alright, so you start off with the G as I showed you before, and then you just get your little finger and put it on the 3rd string in the 4th fret, and play the bottom 3 strings, and there's your E minor. Okay, we'll try the chorus now for the 3rd level. It goes like this. Now you might have noticed I did something a little different for the E minor there. I'll explain that to you in a moment. So the way this goes is like this. So we've got the A minor first, which is the bottom 3 strings. Then it moves to a C, which is you put your 3rd finger in the 3rd fret on the bottom string. Play the bottom 3 strings, but guess what? If you play all 4 by accident, it'll sound great, and that's actually the level 4 C. So we're starting to get into some of the level 4 stuff now. The next chord is the E minor. Now remember before I was doing this little finger thing and I spoke about the way most books would tell you to. This will work better if you play the E minor the way the books would tell you to do it. So the 1st finger goes on the 1st fret, the 1st string 2nd fret, 2nd finger goes in the 2nd string 3rd fret, and the 3rd finger goes in the 4th fret on the 3rd string. And you play those bottom 3 strings. Once again, if you play the top string by accident, it will sound great. That's the level 4. And then finally, you've got the B minor. So we had been flattening our finger in the 2nd fret, if you remember. You've got to flatten it even a bit further now. So put it in the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and you've got to try to play these 3 notes nice and smooth, nice and flat. Play the bottom 3 strings. There's your B minor. I'll play it all to you again. C, E minor, B minor. And welcome to level 4. This uses all stock standard open chords and standard chords on the ukulele. It goes like this. So that's G to E minor. Now you've already learnt the G because you learned it in level 3. Difference is you can play all 4 strings. And the E minor, you put your little finger down in the 4th fret on the 3rd string, and you play the top string. Very easy. Moving straight to the chorus, I'll play the chorus first. Now this gets a little bit harder. That B minor is a little bit tricky, but I'll show you from the beginning first. So the A minor, the way you play an A minor chord on the ukulele is you take your 2nd finger and put it on the top string in the 2nd fret, play all 4 strings. That's followed by a C chord. So you take your 3rd finger and put it on the bottom string 3rd fret, already learnt this one, and play all 4 strings. Then the next one is that E minor chord, which we've spoken about a little bit today, and you play all 4 strings. Now this is a new one for you with some stuff you've already learnt. So B minor we learnt at level 3. You've got to flatten your finger over those notes in the 2nd fret on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd string. This is the hard part. You've got to get your 3rd finger up on the top string in the 4th fret, and you don't want it to be muting the 3rd string by accident. So you've got to adjust your finger so you can hear a beautiful note coming out of every string. The notes that you're hearing is this one, this one, this one, and this one. And you play them all together, and there's your B minor. So the chorus for level 4 goes like this. A minor, C, E minor, B minor. Well, that's it for this iROCK video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and for more information go to www.irockmusicschool.com.au. See you next time.